Hi, I hope you're doing well. My name is Bruna and today we're going to talk about Athena, the goddess of wisdom and craft and the patroness of the city of Athens. Athena is one of the most famous Greek goddesses. She is a key player in most of the myths. During wartime, she focuses on winning the war, so she comes up with strategies to win the war. That's why she's very present in Greek war myths, especially the Trojan War. She is a very important key player. In peacetime, though, Athena focuses on domestic arts. So she is the goddess as well of weavers, goldsmiths, potters, dressmakers. She focuses on purposeful thinking. So she wants to come up with strategies and achieve tangible results. So she's always using her intellect, her rational mind, her logic. So she's led by her head and not by her heart. That's why she has a very strong air element, because air connects with ideas, thoughts, conversations, strategies, the intellect, the logic, right? But she also has a very strong fire element within her because she takes action. She brings movement to her life and she's able to take actions according to this air element, so according to her strategies, her intellect. So she basically comes up with strategies and ideas, join men as equal, and fight by their sides to achieve a tangible result. Remember when we were kids and we used to see adults in a very specific way? We used to put them in a pedestal. We used to think that they were heroes, that they knew everything, that they knew always the right answers, that they were always prepared to face any challenges, that they knew what they were doing. So basically, Athena is this archetype of the sensible, perfect adult. Or we can think of Mulan from Disney. She's such a strong Athena woman. She wanted to protect who was most precious to her, which was her father, and she went to war in his place and learned how to fight and walked among men and fought and won the war with them. But let's understand a little bit how Athena was born, because her birth myth is very important. Zeus' first wife is called Metis, and she was daughter of Oceanus and Thetis, and she was known for her wisdom. An oracle told Zeus that Metis would have two kids, a daughter and a son, who would rule gods and men. Afraid of losing his position of power, Zeus goes ahead and swallows Metis. After a while, Zeus is struck with this intolerable headache and asks help for his son, who splits his skull open to investigate where the pain is coming from. To everyone's surprise, from inside his skull emerges Athena, full-grown Athena, emitting this super powerful war cry and fully dressed with her armor and holding her spear. So Zeus and Athena have a very strong bond. I mean, she's the only divinity that actually came from the body of a male god. So she admires him a lot, and he is very proud of her, having her sitting by his side all the time as his right hand. The fact that she was born wearing her armor and holding her spear reveals a lot about her character. Her spear shows us that she was born ready to attack, to defend, to fight for whatever is her priority. She has this heroic courage, and she has strength, and she knows about her strength. She knows how to use it. Whereas her armor shows that she has her defenses up. She's protecting herself from any attack that might come her way. That's why when someone attacks her, she doesn't take it really personally. She reacts to it in a very cold way, in a practical way. She analyzes the situation, whatever came her way, and she finds a practical and efficient solution to it. But at the same time that she has her defenses up against whatever is coming towards her, this defense is also not allowing her emotions and feelings to come out. So she's not the type of person that is going to show any vulnerability, that is going to open up to someone else. She hides her feelings and her emotions even from herself. So to be like Athena means to focus on your intellect and act according to your purpose. It means to get stuff done without any fuss, to be uncomplicated and confident. Well, so how can we identify an Athena archetype in a kid or a teenager or a grown adult? Well, the Athena kid is the kind of kid that will always ask questions. It's very curious for information, wants to understand the hows and the whys. So you can think of Hermione from Harry Potter, for instance. She's always reading a book, she always knows all the answers, and she's basically practically a mini adult, right? So this archetype as a kid will only develop and grow stronger in case this kid has parents that support this. So if the father has a good relationship with the kid and is helping her out, so like being her mentor in some sort of way, or if she has a mother that has an Athena archetype and therefore understands her and how she works and will also help her develop that. And I think that it's very important to just say that when I say father and mother, I'm just talking about what they represent for a kid. So you don't have to necessarily have had a father or a mother to have had these archetypes existing in your life and influencing you throughout your life. So please just take this and adapt to your own situation. This is all very flexible, and obviously it depends on how you grew up, how your family looks like, and but one way or another you can use this knowledge to your benefit. And as this Athena kid grows up, she's going to turn into this teenager who knows what she wants. She has already done all the research possible into what she wants to study, or she is already so much far ahead that she's already preparing to start her first business, to launch her startup company or something like that. She knows what she wants, and she will achieve this regardless of any help that she might have from her family or friends. So what about the Athena adult? How do we identify her? Basically, the Athena adult will probably be working. She loves work. We can see her follow a business path, work in big corporations, or even come up with her own business. So an Athena woman can be a distinguished teacher, a mathematician, a scientist, anything that really makes her mind work. It's very easy for an Athena woman to be 100% focused on her job, to not care about anything else but her job. But in case as well she has a family and kids, she's going to be the multitasking kind of woman, the superhero mother who can actually manage everything easily and in a natural way. She will be able to take care of the household, the kids, and her job in a very easy way. So it seems like she's really a superhero because it looks effortless for her. She has a workflow for everything, and she knows how the household works. So she will know how to solve any problem that might come up, either in the household, at her job, or with her kids. But all this can actually lead her to experience burnout. But luckily, she also has her craft side. Remember that I told you that she is also the goddess of the crafts. So she's a really skilled weaver. And to create a beautiful handcrafted object, we need to plan ahead. We need to structure and plan our design. So once she starts using her hands and starts materializing her design, she manages to let aside all her obligations, responsibilities, her to-do list, all the thoughts that are always running in her head. And finally, through this practice, she can achieve tranquility. So this is the moment that she can connect to herself the most, that she can really try her best to calm her mind and really focus in one specific practice. It's kind of her Hestia moment, I would say. But if you don't know who Hestia is, it's okay to check out one of our videos and understand a little bit more of who she is, how we can connect with her, and understand how this moment to Athena is quite a Hestia moment. An Athena woman, if you ask her about her childhood, she will most likely only remember the parts of her childhood that she already knows stuff, that she's already figuring stuff out. So she basically remembers herself as this mini adult, And for her to recover this inner child that is kind of lost inside her somewhere, she really needs to start looking at life with the eyes of a child, trying to see stuff in a different perspective, trying to let aside all the rationality of things and be more in touch with the emotion and the feeling of it, trying to really connect to this inner child and what this inner child actually longs for, desires, and try to be more spontaneous, try to laugh more, try to cry more, just accept all this roller coaster of emotions that might come up. But I must say that this reconnection with the inner child is not only a journey that an Athena woman has to go through. It's important for all of us at some point or throughout our whole lives to remind ourselves of this. Remind ourselves to just indulge this inner child, to nurture this inner child that we have. And this can be in the smallest things, like every now and then having some ice cream because your inner child is asking for it. So it doesn't need to be anything very complex, but also just being in contact with kids. This relationship with the kid will help you also get in touch with your inner child. I believe that one of the most important things to discuss about Athena is this disconnection that she has with her feminine energy. A full-on Athena, a one-sided Athena, a 100% Athena, will for sure feel disconnected with her body because she's 100% in her head. She doesn't care that much about her body and her sexuality. So for her, having sex is part of a mutual agreement in case she's in a relationship. So something that is actually good for her and for her relationship in general. And this happens because she's very stuck in her head. She's really connected to this masculine energy. Fortunately, in case you're a full-on Athena, you can still connect with other archetypes such as Aphrodite or Hera in order to feel more connected to that. But what we really have to understand is that Athena never really had a mother. Her mother was swallowed by Zeus, so she only had her father. So it makes sense that she's so attached to this masculine energy, to this rational mind, to the logic, the intellect. So an Athena woman can also have this aspect of being motherless, metaphorically speaking. So she really needs to go into this discovery of who her mother is, metaphorically speaking, and rediscovering this mother and connecting and valuing this mother so she can actually feel more connected and tap into this feminine energy. So by discovering her mother, she is entering a journey to unveil and rediscover this sacred feminine in her. If you had the chance to take the Goddess Will test, you know already how your goddess profile looks like, and you will know if you got a low or high percentage of Athena. In case you've got a high percentage of Athena, I'm sure you're a very intelligent woman, brave, competitive, diplomatic, purposeful, powerful, autonomous, extroverted, independent, practical, professional, pragmatic. You know what you want and you know how to get there because you trust your intellectual mind and the reason. Your emotional intelligence, though, can be so high to a point that you might not see gray areas anymore, only black and white. And this can make you have a harder time empathizing with others. And at the same time, because you're very stuck in your head, you might feel a disconnection with your body. So in sexuality and with your emotions. If you've got a low percentage of Athena, she might be trying to invite you to be more independent, autonomous, extroverted, to really try to tap into that warrior energy so you can have the strength and the courage to make decisions and to take actions that are going to help you achieve your goals. As you can see, Athena is a very strong archetype that we can connect to when we need clarity in our lives, when we want to be more independent, when we want to make decisions. But like any other archetype, she also has her shadows to work through. So identify which goddesses are acting within you and let us know. And in the next video, we're going to try to give you some tips onto how to connect to Athena in case you have low percentage of her. And let us know if you like the video, if you feel connected to her in any way, or if you feel like you would like to connect even deeper to her. We would love to know how you feel about it. I hope you enjoyed the video and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.